At this time, I would like to call the Lee County Board of Education regular meeting for February 11th, 2020 to order. And at this time, I will offer a moment of silence. Amen. If you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, we have no public comments, so we'll move right along to our Lee County Schools vision and policy for Code of Ethics for school board members.
Lee County Schools, in partnership with the community, will provide challenging learning experiences for students in a safe and supportive environment. We are committed to academic excellence, technological innovations, social responsibility, and lifelong learning. Our success will be demonstrated by the achievement of our students and their positive participation in society.
Thank you, sir. Now on to our Code of Ethics.
The board recognizes that collectively and individually, all members of the board must adhere to an accepted code of ethics in order to improve public education. Members of the Lee County Board of Education should avoid conflicts of interest and appearance of conflicts of interest as we handle the work of the board, avoid the solicitation and or acceptance of gifts in return for advice or assistance on matters concerning the operation of the business of the board, avoid the misuse of public funds, avoid misrepresentation or falsification of facts, and avoid making confidential information public. The board accepts the Code of Ethics established by the North Carolina School Boards Association.
Thank you. Moving right along to our agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve our agenda for tonight's meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the agenda for February the 11th, 2020 be approved as presented.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of our agenda for tonight, please signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Thank you. Our agenda stands approved. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve our minutes from January 14th, January 22nd, and January 31st.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes for January the 14th and January the 22nd as presented. And the 31st.
Thank you. Is there a second?
A second.
All in favor of our minutes from the preceding meeting, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Thank you. Our minutes stand approved. Moving right along to our chairman's report. The first thing that I have at this time, I believe it's been in the last week or two, we all received an email from the School Board Association. Tonight we need to nominate a member of our board to serve on the legislative committee. I do know we have one board member who's expressed interest to me, and that is board member Ms. Womack. Is there any others who would like to express interest in serving in that role? Seeing none, is there a motion for her? Is there a motion to approve Ms. Womack to serve in such role?
I move that we do so.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of Ms. Womack serving on the legislative committee for the North Carolina School Board Association, someone saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, Ms. Womack. I'm sure you're doing well up there. Moving right along for the chairman's report. This week is School Bus Driver Appreciation Week, or better known as Love the Bus. I know that a lot of our bus drivers are receiving special gifts and different things this week, but hopefully we're taking that remembrance every week when it comes to how important our school bus drivers are to our school system and to our students in general. School bus drivers are the first person and the last person most of our students see on a daily basis, and so that smile in the morning or that good luck or good comments when they get off the bus probably mean a lot more to them than many know. So I'm grateful for all of our school bus drivers for this week and appreciate everything they do for us. Other than that, I don't have anything else. I will now move on to Dr. Andy Bryan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Each year, the North Carolina School Board Association sends out certificates to recognize school board members for their professional development, and there are different levels of recognition for that. This year, I'd like to recognize Ms. Sherry Womack for her Certificate of Achievement from the School Board Association for earning between 101 and 200 hours of professional development. Ms. Womack, congratulations.
Congratulations. We all know that there's a lot of hours that we put into being school board members with professional training and everything else. Dr. Bryan?
Superintendent's report. This time I'd like to ask Dr. Johnny Waller to come forward, please, for the Clean School of the Month.
Mr. Chair, board members, Dr. Bryan, I'd like to report that we had 5 of our schools that tied for 4th place with a score of 96. 2 schools scored 97. 2 schools scored 98. And 1 school, Greenwood, scored 99. So.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. The last time I think I was here, I was accepting this on behalf of really 1 custodian because we were down so many. And we're back up to full speed. So I'm not surprised to hear that they scored a 99. They do an excellent job every day. Thank you.
Congratulations. Well done. Mr. Chairman and Board, for our accountability update today, of course, we're obviously getting a lot deeper into second semester, but this week at our high schools, we've been doing our ACT prep camps, and they've gone well this week, and our juniors are working hard to get ready for the ACT. That concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. Moving right on to our committee reports for curriculum and instruction.
Right, the elementary curriculum instruction meeting was held at 3:30 p.m. on January the 15th, 2020 at Tramway Elementary School. After approval of the agenda and the minutes, Jessica Jackson of Tramway Elementary School presented a best practice on the instructional technique of making words. The 2019-2020 Lee County School Summer Achievement Program was approved by consensus for grades 3 through 8. This item is placed on the consent agenda for tonight's meeting. The use of iStation was discussed. Dr. Bryan provided updates and thanked the staff for their continued hard work. Director reports were presented, and it was announced that the district spelling bee will be held on this coming Thursday, February the 13th, 2020 at W.B. Wicker Elementary School at 6 o'clock p.m. Feedback on our district AIG plan was provided. Out of a perfect score of 135, Lee County Schools received 128, and the meeting was adjourned at 4:30. Our next curriculum instruction for the elementary level will be Wednesday, March the 18th, 2020 at J.R. Ingram Elementary School at 3 o'clock p.m. The high school curriculum instruction committee also met. That meeting was held on January the 29th, 2020 at 3:30 p.m. at Lee Early College. After approval of the agenda and the minutes, Dr. Chris Dawsonback presented an instructional update that included information about the new social studies course, Economics and Personal Finance, which is a graduation requirement for the class entering in 2021 and 2022. 2 new high school courses were approved by consensus for the upcoming 2020-2021 school year: Introduction to Sports and Athletic Fields Management and Forensic Science. This item was placed on the consent agenda for tonight's meeting. Dr. Bryan gave an update on the use of Say Something anonymous reporting system, which is going well and allows individuals to submit anonymous safety concerns to the district. Caitlin Regan of Lee Early College presented the best practice on increasing rigor in classroom instruction. Updates were provided by high school principals that were present. The meeting was adjourned at 4 o'clock p.m. The next meeting for high school curriculum instruction will be held on April the 1st, 2020 at Southern Lee High School at 3:30 p.m. Middle School Curriculum Instruction Committee did not meet. The meeting that was scheduled for February the 5th, 2020 was canceled. The next middle school curriculum instruction meeting will be held on April 22nd, 2020, at Wesley Middle School at 3:30 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving right along to facilities and technology.
The F&T committee met on January 28th at 4 p.m. at the Hines Education Building. We discussed the Eastleigh Middle School light fixture replacement. Bids were discussed, and a bid was awarded, and the item is on tonight's consent agenda. Lee County High School's Booster Club donation of a storage unit to be placed by the football field was also discussed for the Booster Club usage. It is also on the consent agenda tonight. The Floyd Knight beautification donation, which was from Ruby McSwain Trust, accepted a donation to be used to help with drainage issues and repairing some concrete, which is also on the consent agenda tonight. At the time, J. Glenn Edwards has the hot water boiler needs to be replaced, so at this time, Chris McNeil is receiving bids on that. We have not gotten all the bids. So we're waiting on those, and our next meeting is Tuesday, February 25th at 4 at the Hines Education Building. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving right along to our finance committee.
Mr. Chairman, the Finance Committee met on January 30th, 2020 at 5 o'clock. 4 items were discussed. First, the 2020-2021 pay dates. Ms. Jones presented the information on the pay dates. This item was approved by the Finance Committee and will be taken to the board tonight for approval. 3 items were presented for FYI. The first one is an update on the 2020-2021 budget. Ms. Jones once again stated that senior staff met with principals and directors on January 23rd and 24th and are working to compile a list for senior staff to review and for Dr. Bryan to compile his proposal that he will present to the Board of Education. The Lee County lease agreement ending 12/19/19 was presented also as an FYI, and also the board expense was shared with the committee as an FYI as well. Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report. The next Finance Committee meeting will be held February 27th at 5 p.m.
Thank you. For Policy Committee.
As well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Policy Committee met January 21st, 2020. After the approval of the agenda and the minutes, one policy was reviewed, Policy 4240, 7312, child abuse and related threats to child safety. Policy consisted of a revised policy title of child abuse and related threats to child safety, revising paragraphs to include employees, contractors, and volunteers, and updates consisting of that. Also in the policy, in Section F, Lee County Schools will provide a child sexual abuse and sex trafficking education awareness training program for teachers, instructional support personnel, principals, and assistant principals annually rather than an even number of years only. Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report. We have no items on schedule for the February meeting, so the next Policy Committee meeting will be held March 31st, 2020.
Thank you, sir. Moving along to our next action item, approval of our consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve our consent agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, sir. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor of our consent agenda as presented, signal saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All the opposed, like sign. Thank you. Our consent agenda now stands approved. See, we have no unfinished business. Moving right along to new business for Policy 5070, records retention. At this time, I will refer to Dr. Andy Bryan.
This is a policy, this is actually a signature of the policy that you all have sent through the policy committee and it's been approved at the board table. This is just acknowledgement that we're following that policy and following the records retention schedule as outlined.
Do we have any further discussions for Dr. Bryan? Hearing none, I do need a motion.
I move that the Lee County Board of Education approve the general records retention and disposition schedule.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of the Lee County Board of Education approving the general records retention and disposition schedule, signal by saying aye. Aye. All the opposed, like sign. Thank you. Motion carries. Moving right along in new business to board policy first reading.
Mr. Chairman, the Lee County Board of Education Policy Committee recommends the following policy for first reading. Policy 4240, 7312, child abuse and related threats to child safety.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion concerning these policies? If not, I will entertain a motion. I entertain a motion for the first reading.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion to approve the first reading for policy 4240.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the first reading of 4240, signal saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All the, excuse me. Any, if a like sign opposed, had a mind blank there. Okay. And the reason being, Dr. Smith, you only mentioned one policy, that we still have one more to go. No? They're all the same? Okay. Okay, just want to make sure. I'm getting ahead of myself here. But the next thing is very important. At this time, we move to our closed session. If there's no further discussion, I entertain a motion for so.
I move that the Lee County Board of Education go into closed session to discuss information that is privileged, confidential, or not a public record under NCGS Section 143-318.11A1.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of the, for closed session, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
We stand in closed session. Thank you. At this time, I will call us back to order for open session. And at this time, continuing our new business, do we have a motion for our personnel report?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Lee County Board of Education approve the Human Resource Report.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of the personnel report as presented, signal saying aye.
Aye.
All they opposed, like sign. Thank you. At this time also, I entertain a motion for our closed session minutes to be reviewed and open.
Mr. Chair, I move that the Lee County Board of Education open the following closed session minutes: June the 12th, 2018, July the 10th, 2018, July the 31st, 2018, August the 14th, 2018, September the 11th, 2018, October the 9th, 2018, November the 27th, 2018, December the 11th, 2018, January the 8th, 2019, February the 12th, 2019, March the 5th, 2019, March the 12th, 2019, April the 9th, 2019, May the 14th, 2019, June 11, 2019, July 16, 2019, August 13, 2019, September the 10th, 2019, October the 8th, 2019, and November the 5th, 2019.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to approve the closed session minutes as stated before, signal saying aye.
Aye.
All the opposed, like sign. Thank you. Those closed session minutes stand approved and out and open now. Thank you. If there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I second the motion, sir.
All in favor of adjournment, signal saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thank you. We stand adjourned. Thank you.